So welcome everybody. My name is Angie Tarrant. I am a Senior Gold Ambassador working on Ruby. I am excited to be hosting tonight's call, and I think you'll get a lot of good information here. So give me just a second, and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, hopefully you guys can all see that. So welcome to our team. We're excited that you're here. There we go. So congratulations on making the best health and business decision you've ever made. I don't think you can find a better opportunity for $34.95. So welcome aboard. We're glad to have you guys here, and let's get started. So freedom. You guys, I want you to really think about, and I'm sure your sponsoring ambassador has already talked to you about your why. Why are you doing this? What do you hope to get out of it? And one of the things for me was just the time and financial freedom. And so I want you guys to decide today to commit that today is the day that you're going to change everything. You know, it's funny, when we got started, or I watched my family, Tammy and Kelly, do this for over a year before I got on board. They were already diamonds. I knew the health testimonies in my family. I knew the financial blessings that they were receiving, and I was still skeptical. So I just say that for you new guys, when you have those people maybe that are closest to you, or those that aren't jumping right on board, be patient, because they will come around. So, you know, I was praying for an opportunity. I think most people that you'll talk to with Plexus will say that they were praying for an opportunity, and sometimes those opportunities don't come in the package that we expect them to. So, like I said, just be patient, keep planting your seeds, watering them. The only way that you can fail is if you quit, so don't quit. You know, with Plexus or network marketing in general, you get to be your own boss. You can work this part-time, you can work it full-time, but you can't work it some of the time. So decide for yourself. If you're, you know, busy, and, you know, when I started Plexus, I worked a full-time job. We started fostering. I have 2 boys of my own. They were involved in activities, and I had my Plexus business in regard to trying to fit in, like, you know, physical fitness and whatever else that we had going on. Tammy was a teacher all the way up until she was diamond. They rodeo. She was working, you know, side jobs, teaching at the community college. There are no excuses. So if you're serious about this and you want it, it's there for you. So if that means 15 minutes a day, Angie, I can only carve out 15 minutes. Great. Put your phone down, carve out those 15 minutes, contact people, you know, income producing activities, which we'll talk about. You want to get those done. And this can happen. So you control your destiny. It's up to you. So some people might ask you, is Plexus a pyramid scheme or a scam? No. Pyramid schemes are something where you invest money, but there is no product. And so the cool thing about Plexus, in case you didn't know, so for example, if I sign an ambassador, they can pass me in rank. So, which is something that we encourage. That's great for you and great for your team. So as you can see, you know, if you have people surpassing people in rank and doing better than others, you know, it doesn't look like this. You know, most companies that you find, I work for an oil and gas company. You know, you've got the CEO at the top, and your managers and supervisors and middle level management and the employees. And so that it too is equally shaped like a pyramid. So if people ask you, no, Plexus is not a pyramid scheme. We have amazing products and a really, really awesome compensation plan. So multi-level marketing, what is that? We have an amazing opportunity to grow your team. And basically what you're doing is, network marketing is word of mouth. So I'm sure all of you have recommended, girls, I'm sure you've recommended a lipstick or some jeans that you love, guys' favorite restaurant, something. If you find something that you love, you automatically, whether you post it on Facebook, you guys have to go here, you got to try this, or you're just talking to your best friend and you're like, I found something and I just love it. I want you to try it too. Network marketing is the same way. And so, you know, to be honest, I think you guys are probably similar in that, whether I'm looking for a dentist or a plumber or whatever, if I'm going on vacation and I'm going somewhere, I usually poll my friends and say, do you know anyone? What's your favorite, you know, pros and cons? And so honestly, network marketing is probably the best way to do business because you're doing it with people that you trust. And so that's something else I want to point out when I talk to my ambassadors. I let them know we all have the same products. We all have the same comp plan. People sign on to do business with you. So be authentic, brand yourself, and just know I have people on my team that have, approached me and said, I have multiple friends that do Plexus, but I chose to do business with you because of the way that you represent yourself, because I never felt like you were after my, business only. So I just encourage you guys to be authentic when you're approaching people and, just go out and share. So back office information. For those of you that did not go to convention, we have some really cool tools in our back office now. So the new products, I should have started off with the new products, but we have shareables under the tools tab in your back office. So for those of you that haven't been in your back office, don't be afraid, go around in there and click on things and see what you can find. So under the tool tabs, you'll find shareables, there's brochures, there's videos on the new product. You can either download them to PDF, you can print them, you can share them on Facebook or email or Twitter. So that is super exciting to be able to have that at your fingertips. So don't be afraid to try it out. So your back office is what you log into when you click Ambassador and Preferred Customer Login. This is where you'll order your products. So for those of you that are brand new, when you signed up, you should have ordered your welcome pack. So next month when you're ready, unless you set up, which we'll talk about in a minute, your backup order to be unconditional, then if your backup order setup is unconditional, you'll go in every month and under shopping and you'll create your order, which is what I do because I always need different things. My order is never the same. So your website and your login information can be found in the email that was sent to you by Plexus when you signed up. Make sure you save that info. You can view everything you need to know about your business. Look around, ask your sponsoring ambassador to give you a tour of your back office. So don't be afraid, you can't hurt anything back there. So welcome packs and auto qualifications, here we go. You want to be a product of the product. Even if you signed up for this for the business opportunity, you need to be able to tell people what the products are doing for you. So our welcome packs start at $99 or $199, depending on what you're looking for. The awesome thing about the welcome packs is that the business building bonus, so one of the 11 ways we get paid, the business building bonuses are paid out every Friday, and they pay out to the top 4 levels. So when you sign a new ambassador, you either get $25 or $50, and then it also, the next 3 levels above, you get a small portion of that welcome kit as well. So your auto qualification, this is something that people tend to get confused on. So I am going to do my best to make it clear. You can set up your auto qualification to be unconditional. That means that no matter what, you want to get your order every single month, no matter what you buy or sell. If you set it up as conditional, that means you only want it to ship if you do not buy or sell 100 PV in products. I have never had my backup order ship. I don't even know what my backup order is, to be honest, because I buy or sell 100 PV every month. So I hope that that is clear. If anybody's confused, just let me know. And you must have your auto qualification turned on in order to earn commissions. That's very important. Guys, you earn commissions on the product that you order. So the first 100 goes back to the company. You earn commission on everything else. If you're not turned on, you're not earning commission. So make sure your auto qualification is turned on. So where do I start? Start with your quick start guide that you get in your welcome kit, your success kit. So there are 10 steps for a strong start. And then there is also a great document called your first 48 hours located in the Freedom Facebook training group. So on the first 48 hours document, the first 30 days will define the momentum. Don't wait to share. If you don't have a testimony, use your upline's testimony. Use people that you know's testimony, whether it's financial or health. Don't be afraid to share with people. We have a 60-day money-back guarantee. There's no reason. Grab your friends and your family and ask them to do it with you. And it's important to get started off right that you try to follow and complete each step in the time frame that's given. And you must be coachable. Study and learn the information that is given to you. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, but it isn't power until you put the action behind it. Duplication. So in growing your team, you want to be able to grow leaders. You don't want everybody coming to you every single time they have a question. So you want them to feel empowered, and you want them to feel confident to go out and be able to do this themselves. So you did your first 48 hours checklist. Make sure that you've been added to the Facebook groups like Freedom with Plexus. I have my own team page that are for our immediate team and other training groups. At the same time, as a new ambassador, I can remember being overwhelmed with all the information that I was given. So be discerning in regard to how many groups you're adding somebody to, and just help them filter the information of what they've got. You definitely want to be in Freedom Testimonies, which is a Facebook page where you can use your search feature and look for different testimonies by issue, whether it's migraines or thyroid or diabetes. And Plexus Journey, that's an ambassador only. So once you get in that group, don't add customers or potentials, please. That's for ambassadors only. And there are other testimony Facebook groups. Just soak up the knowledge, get ready to train. Ask for help with your first Facebook post. I can't remember if we have a slide in here regarding Facebook posting, but you want to be very authentic and you want to be you. And so we're not looking for graphics and just tons of ads, because you know what, when people are on Facebook, they're just going to scroll by. So you want to put things out there that make people want to stop and read what you're doing, because people are friends with you because they care about you. So they want to know what's going on with you. So you might take a picture with, your welcome pack when it came in. You might even, throw yourself in the mix and just say, you know what, I am so excited to start this new health journey. Who wants to come with me? But just put it in your own flavor. And like I said, just don't post the graphics all the time, because that's not what people want to see. They want to know about you, and they want to know what the products are doing for you. So Facebook, free advertisement. The other thing is to be consistent. Now, if you're somebody that never posted on Facebook before you signed up with Plexus, you don't want to start posting 12 times a day, because that's not you. So you might want to start with 2 to 3 posts. One's personal, one's Plexus. But be consistent, because when people see you, I'm telling you, I have people that have followed me for a year, for 2 years, and all of a sudden they're contacting me to sign up because they see that I'm consistent, that it's working, that we have, a lot of fun and a great opportunity. So, and don't worry about offending people, depending on when and what time you post, different people see things. So, and be strategic. Don't sell. Tell a story. Lori Word Harrison is one of the best people, and Kira McMurtry does a great job too. Follow those gals and watch the way that they talk about things, and it's just, they're interesting and engaging, and they just slide stuff in there. That's how you want to be. You want to be authentic. You want to be you. You want to brand yourself. And don't share posts, guys. When you share posts, I don't think as many people can see it. And on the other hand, with the new back office and some of those things, the tools that they've given us, it will actually have your website in it. So if you're sharing something of somebody else's and they click on that link, you just got them some business. You got them a new customer. So don't share. Copy and paste. If you need help, check with your upline. So what should I say? You can say something like, I've watched several friends get amazing results, and I'm so excited to get started on my own Plexus journey. I'm jumping on the Plexus bandwagon, and, I believe in their products, and I'm excited to whatever you want the products to be doing for you. You can say, today I started my journey to better health and wellness. And, the products are natural and safe. Does anybody want to join me lose weight before swimsuit season, or, whatever it is? It's always more fun to do things together too. So don't be afraid when you approach people like your best friend or your sister or your brother, in regard to, I'm doing this and I would love for you to do it with me. It just makes it that much more fun. You get a power partner. So what to do when somebody shows interest? You want to send them a private Facebook message. So if somebody comments on your post and says, what is Plexus? Send them a private message. Or if they say, how much does that cost, or whatever, you don't want to put all the information in the thread of your post. You want people to be curious, you want to keep them interested, and you want to create a dialogue with the person that is showing interest. And the other thing too is follow up, follow up, follow up. It is very important to follow up. It takes an average of 8 to 12 times before somebody pulls the trigger. And I can attest to that. Keep lists. If you have a planner, whether you've got a notebook, first of all, you should be making a list of everyone that you know and then identifying those people that you want to work the business with you or who could benefit from the products. And you always want to be adding to that list. But the other thing too is that you want to keep track of who you contacted and when and their response. And then I always go out in my planner, whether it's a week or 2 weeks or a month ahead, depending on our conversation, so that I remember to go back and follow up. Because you know what? People will fall through the cracks if you don't follow up. Sally Sue over here also does Plexus. And then she asked her and she's like, Angie told me about that a couple of months ago and I really think I'm interested. And then they're going to swoop in and get your customer. So don't be afraid to follow up. If somebody hasn't told you no, people are busy and they're forgetful, follow up. I promise you won't offend them. Ask questions when somebody shows interest in, so that you can pinpoint what it is that you're trying to recommend. We want to make this like a tennis match, like you're playing catch. So you always want to give like a 1 or 2 sentence answer, and then you want to ask a question. And then they're going to respond to you, and then you're going to do the same thing again. 1 to 2 sentences and a question. And what this is it allows you to not overload them with information and then their eyes glaze over. It allows them not to feel like they're being interrogated. And it builds connection and rapport. And eventually, and don't give them just send them your website. Eventually they're going to say, how do I get my hands on this stuff? What do I do? And then that's when you say, well, let me give you the link to my website. And I even recommend, guys, that once they do ask for that information, ask them if they would like to set up a time for you to sit down with them and walk them through the process. And then it makes it super easy, because sometimes people will get in there and they'll start looking around and they'll get overwhelmed and then they click out and they're like, I meant to when I got on there. So if you can schedule a time to sit down and then you can kind of explain things as you're walking through, and they feel valued, and you get more connection with them. And, it's just a great start for them and their experience with you as your customer. So, honestly, for me.
Hello there, Angela.
Oh, sorry, my phone's. When people ask me about what to start with, guys, Triplex is the foundation of everything. And then, people need other products, but the Triplex targets inflammation, gut health, and blood sugar. And that is just something that really aligns your body and gets everything going efficiently. That being said, with our new products, I don't know if you guys have seen Kelly's post or Lori Harrison's post. There's been a few people that are talking about weight loss with the new Edge and Block and Slim. And so if somebody's main goal is weight loss, I would highly encourage you to have them start off with the Slim and the new Block and Edge. And then once they start seeing those results, their belief is going to be solid, and then we can start educating them on gut health, and you can introduce the ProBio and the BioCleanse. But honestly, for health and wellness, Triplex, Triplex, Triplex. So that's my 2 cents on that. And we have 3 different ways to order. I think we talk about that in a future slide. So on sales statistics, this is where we're talking about follow-up. 48% of salespeople will never follow up with a prospect. Guys, that's huge. That's almost half. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. And then we talked about 80% of the sale of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So every exposure, every interaction you have with somebody should be setting up the next exposure until we finally get to the point where we decide that we're going to either sign up as a customer or an ambassador. So, when you educate somebody, you set up a coffee date and you want to give them information, whether you send them a video or a little bit of product information. When you schedule the next meeting, the point is always to move that step closer to sealing the deal. But at the same time, guys, this is something that I found has been very successful for me when talking to people. And I think it's another reason why people don't feel like I'm trying to sell them. I had a conversation the other day with someone, and I just told him, I said, you know what? I'm not trying to sell you a product. I'm here to educate and inform you, to help you decide if this is a good fit for you. And if it's not, that's totally okay. But I can't not share, because I'd be doing a disservice if I have information, whether it's the business or the products, that could help you, and I didn't tell you about it. And if you choose it's not for you, that's okay, but I have peace of mind knowing that I shared it with you. And guys, that has been huge for me. And I think people, it kind of puts their guard down and it makes them more receptive, because they don't feel like your goal is just to sell them a product. Okay, so somebody joined your team. You got a new ambassador. Now what? So find a meeting place or get them on the phone. Go over this training. Add them to the team pages. Make sure you make a welcome post. Make a welcome post in your team group. And then also, ask them, is it okay if we post on, if I post on my timeline and welcome you to our group? And then that way everybody out there can see your team growing. They see you having fun. Their people know about it. And then, they get curious. Hey, what are you doing? I saw somebody, you joined Plexus. And then you want to check in on them regularly for the first couple of weeks. And then you want to plan a launch party. So one of the great things about Plexus is we don't have to hold meetings. Some of us do that just because we find it fun. I have a girlfriend, a good friend of mine, that she was a bridesmaid at my wedding, and she's under Suzanne Clinton. So we don't, we're not under the same diamond, but we team up about once a month and do a combined party. And we did one Tuesday night at a little art, it was a photo gallery, and we had what's called the cargo room. So she's a mobile boutique. She came, and it was very informal, and we kept it as a come and go. We've done yoga because she's a fitness instructor, so she had her friend that does yoga come, and we did the presentation up front, and then we did like 30 minutes of yoga at the end. So the thing I love about that is we're always doing something different. So we kind of, attract all people. And like Tuesday night with the come and go, it was just nice because nobody felt obligated, like I can't leave or I don't want to show up late. So I think it made them feel more comfortable. And if they knew they were going to be late, that they wouldn't be interrupting. And that if they had to leave early, that was okay too. But your launch party, sorry, I go down rabbit holes. It's so important because it just lets your friends and family know what you're up to. And, something to tell them when they come over is you can say, I started a new venture and I just want to share it. I could really use your support. I want people to be there. So even if you're not interested, if you could just come support me in my new venture. And odds are when they get there, they'll hold something that they find interesting, and they might ask some more questions. And eventually they'll get on board. So you reap what you sow. A lot of people, maybe even me a little bit, including myself when I first signed up, kind of view network marketing as a lottery ticket. So you sign up and then you think, okay, I'm going to get a couple of people to join my team, and then all of a sudden I'm going to be rich. So network marketing, it's a business, it's a job, we got to work it. So with hard work, determination, consistency, persistency, love, this business is a relationship business, and number one, we need to love on people, and commitment. So stay steady. Do not ride the emotional roller coaster. You are going to have ambassadors that turn themselves off, and you might even have some that toggle off and on every month. You're going to lose customers. It happens. A lot of times those customers come back because they think it's not doing anything, and they stop, and then they realize just exactly what the products were doing, and they come back with their head in their hands and they say, I guess it was doing a lot more than I thought. And with your ambassadors, guys, it happens. Sometimes they turn on, you'll sign a lot of people, but the core, how am I trying to say this? So you'll have a lot of ambassadors, but I would say 20% are going to be your producers. So, but you have to love everybody where they are, and you want to match their intensity. So if Susie Q over here is gung-ho and ready to go, you want to pour into her. And that's what I tell my people. You need to communicate your goals to me, and I will match you. But, if I reach out to you and, we get excuses on why we can't do things, or I don't have time, and, okay, well, let's reset our goals. Because if you don't reach a goal, that doesn't mean you lose the goal. You just adjust your timeline. But if we have the same goal and we're not making any progress after 3 or 4 more times, I might tell you, maybe we need to just take a break. And when you're ready, I'm right here. So again, you got to love people where they're at and just communicate and let them know. I will match whatever level of energy you want to put into this. And again, you can work it sometime. So if that's 15 minutes a day, just be consistent with that 15 minutes and you will produce results. Knowledge is power. So I encourage you guys, if you aren't signed up to Plexus Power Tools, it's a website, it's $10 a year, and it's full of a lot of wonderful information. There's graphics, all sorts of stuff. And the great thing about it is one of the documents has all the products with the ingredients and the science behind it. But I also encourage you guys to go out, pick some of the ingredients, like the alpha lipoic acid in the Slim, and do some searches on the benefits of these ingredients. Educate yourself and learn things. Does that mean you have to know everything? No. Do most people want to know all the science and all the details? No. Most people just want to know if it'll work for them. And that's when you tell them, I don't know if it will, but I think there's a good chance, and we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So I would give it at least 60 days. And something else, in case you don't know, it's not just the first 60 days. If you have a customer that wants to try it for 6 months and they decide it didn't do what they wanted it to do for them, they can get their last 60 days refunded. That's a huge deal, guys. We do that because that's how much we believe in our products and that's how much we know that they work. So be confident in that as well. Listen to the Tuesday Night Freedom calls. We always have great business tips and health testimonials. We've got the corporate opportunity meetings that they send out weekly. We have this ambassador training. There's a new leader every week. So you can listen next Thursday and you'll get to hear somebody else's spin on things. We have our team page with the files. Go through the files, see what you can find, see what information is back there. The magnifying glass to search for key terms, and your back office with your communications in the library and the tools. Product knowledge. You must be a product of the product. And not only is that going to build your belief, but it's going to help you form your testimony so that you can tell people, because that's something somebody can't argue with you is your testimony. When I got started, I was struggling with extreme brain fog and really low energy. And so, within just a few days on the triplex, I felt like a whole new person. Nobody can argue that with me. So if somebody asks you about something, that's something else. If they're like, do you know about this X company? I don't know about them. I just know about Plexus, and this is what I can tell you. This is what it's done for me. Know your products. Know that the probiotic and the BioCleanse are going to get your gut healthy. Know that, the Nerve Health and the Ease target inflammation. The Slim is getting blood sugar, which is connected to everything. So that you don't have to know everything, but you have to know enough to be knowledgeable. And don't be afraid to say, I don't know, but I'll find out. And understand how to use the product so that you can see optimal results and help your customers. And don't be afraid to play around with your regimen to find what works best for you. So the keys to success: be professional, guys. This is a business. So when you're posting on Facebook, remember that too. We still have fun and be funny, but just, keep it clean. And you want to make sure that you've got your business cards and brochures. You may even want to keep some 3 or 7-day trial packs on you. Don't be afraid to sell those when you run into people, or even I was at the mall one day and I was buying something, and the little girl behind the counter said something about being so tired and having no energy. I had a stick of Slim in my purse, so I grabbed it and I gave her my card and I said, try this. And she said, oh, I've heard of that. I've been wanting to try it. And so, it's as easy as that. You gave me really great customer service, and I'm always looking for, sharp people to join my team. I'd love to tell you a little bit more. If you have your phone, the easiest thing to do to stay connected, because if you give them your card, you're depending on them to call you. But if I met a gal when we went on vacation, and she was a mom, and we drove to the almost waypoint, spent the night, and then our house wasn't ready until Saturday. Well, they had basically done the same thing. So we started chatting it up at the pool and found out she was going to be in the same area. So I handed her my phone. I said, are you on Facebook? Will you friend me? I said, because if you guys are over there, there were 18 adults and 21 kids. So I said, if you want to bring the boys over to come play, we've got a whole herd of people. And, it'd just be a great time. And she was like, yeah, sure. Now we're friends on Facebook. She's going to see my stuff. I might get a customer. I might not. But, you got to put yourself out there. And you don't always, I didn't even bring up Plexus at all, that whole initial conversation that we had. I just connected and made a friend. Again, consistency is key. Educate your ambassadors. Keep in touch with your customers. You want to check in with them. In the beginning, I would check in with them almost daily for the first week. And then, whether you want to move to weekly and then monthly, but you want them to be able, and tell them, give me honest feedback, because we want the products to work for you, and we want to be able to tweak your regimen if we need to, so that you can get optimal results. And I love this graphic at the bottom here. Don't give up. You're just one prayer away from a miracle, and you're so much closer than you think. So this is our compensation plan summary chart. I am not going to go over this. There's too many things. But the important thing to know, which I think maybe we're on, here we go. This slide, the important things to remember are retail commissions. So the first $100 goes back to the company. And then from $101 to $499, you earn 15% commissions on everything you buy or sell. So if you order $499 worth of product yourself, you get 15% commission from $101 to $499. $500 and up, you earn 25% commission. So as you can see there, 15% of 500 is 75, 25% of 500 is 125. So your goal should be at least 500 PV every month. That should be your goal. Preferred customer bonuses. So I always tell people in regard to signing up, there really isn't a benefit to ordering retail. As a preferred customer, you do have a monthly auto ship that you can cancel at any time. And you can tell them, and they have the ability to do that themselves in their back office. I let them know that there's a slight price break. On your 4th month order, you receive an additional 10% off, which is almost our price. And that's Plexus's way of saying thank you to our customers who don't want to work the business. And then the win-win for that is preferred customers get a cheaper price and you get a bonus. So for example, I think the triplex is $18. So not only do you earn your commission, but then you get an additional $18 every month on top of that for every triplex that you sell. Or like the ProBio, I think it's $5. So for every bottle of probiotic that you sell, you get an additional $5 every month if they order preferred on top of your commission. So that's huge. Business building bonuses we talked about. So on the welcome packs, if you sign up an ambassador and they order a $100 welcome pack, you get $25. On the $200 welcome packs, you get $50. And then it pays up 3 more levels. The other awesome thing is when you sign up an ambassador, you make 5% of all of their sales over $100. So, that's the benefit to growing your team too. You get your one-time achievement bonus, which is great. So like when you hit silver and you've got 3 ambassadors, you get a $100 bonus. There is a fast start achievement bonus if you can hit gold to senior ruby in the first 30 days. So if you know somebody that's a real go-getter and they're taking this super seriously, I would have them sit down and make a list of everybody that they think they want to start their business on. So when they sign up, and they can already be reaching out to those people, I think it's really impressive when people do that, but it has been done several times. And so what happens, when you fast start achievement bonus with gold. So let's say you fast start gold in 30 days. I believe the bonus is $250, $250, you would get $500. So that's pretty exciting. We get paid 7 levels deep. So just for simple math purposes, let's say as a gold ambassador, you have roughly 20 people underneath you, and you get 5 points for your top 3 levels. So 20 times 5 is 100. The pay point averages around $3. We're keeping math simple here. So as a gold ambassador, with just your team earning 5 points, you get $300 a month. That's not including your commission. That's not including your business building bonuses. That's not including your preferred bonuses. So you can see how growing a team, you can quickly exponentially grow your finances. When you reach the rank of Emerald, I'm sure everybody knows, you get the yearly trip to Hawaii. This year they'll be in Kona instead of Maui. And you also are eligible for the Plexus Lexus program. And then you get the profit sharing in the Emerald pool. When you hit Sapphire, you keep all those benefits. So you have I think it's 3% of the Emerald pool. And then when you get to Sapphire, you've got 1%. And then when you hit Diamond, you keep the 3% of the Emerald pool, the 1% of the Sapphire, and 1% of the Diamond pool. And then when you hit Diamond, you get to re-enter and you can do it all over again. And when you hit the rank of Gold, you can sign your spouse up. So technically, you could hit Diamond 4 times if you really wanted to do that. That's pretty awesome. I don't know of any other companies that allow that sort of opportunity. So this is the annual ambassador income. As you can see, and these are average. So, some people are making more than that. And, guys, I think more people go to sleep at night worrying about their finances than they do anything else. And I think sometimes people can't even focus on their health because they're more worried about their finances. So when you're talking to people, ask them, what would an extra $200 a month do for you? And then, break it out and even show them how easy it would be. And if you need help from your sponsoring ambassador, we'd be glad to do that. But show them how easy, and I say easy in regard to, I don't know if easy is the best word, but it's very doable to earn an extra $200 to $500 a month, guys. And that's life-changing. That keeps some people out of foreclosure. That saves marriages. That takes stress off. So don't ever discount someone because you think, oh, they can't afford it, or, oh, that's not for them. We have people that were in very dire, desperate situations that are now jewels within the company. So if somebody hadn't shared with them, who knows where they would be today. So our job is to put it out there. It's their job to decide if it's for them or not. So how do you go silver? You add 3 people to your team, and each ambassador must be qualified, so they've got to have their auto qualification turned on, and that'll get you your $100 bonus. So your next stop is gold. I will agree that going from silver to gold is the hardest. It's like pushing the snowball up the mountain. But from there, you start to build momentum, you start to get your footing, and there's a lot of personal growth, that comes along. That's one of the other things I love about this business. When you go gold, so for silver, you have to personally sponsor 3 people. To go gold, you don't. So, those 3 that you signed up, if they all sign 3 and they all sign 3, you're gold. Contests are helpful. We're doing, Leaders Retreat is here and we have that contest. I'm doing a contest within my team. So depending on when you sign your first ambassador, you'll get a prize. Once you sign 3 ambassadors, there's another, a little bigger prize, all the way up to, I've got something like if they happen to sign up 20 ambassadors between now and Leaders Retreat. So those are great. And if you're, well, I can't afford to do that right now. That's okay. But what you can do is teach, train, and motivate your team to work together. You can do this. And you get a $250 bonus when you reach the rank of gold. Fast Start Gold, we talked about that. Let's see. So bonus is double your silver bonus. Okay, so if you go Fast Start Gold, it's even more than I told you. You get double the silver bonus, which is $200, and then it doubles the gold bonus. So you get $500. That's $700 if you can Fast Start Gold within 30 days. And it's totally doable. Like I said, we've seen people do it, and you just really you've got to focus and put your head down. The power of 3, we've talked about that. When you look at achieving the rank of Emerald, it can seem very daunting or intimidating. But the fact of the matter is it's not you signing up thousands of people. What it is you signing up tens, maybe 20 people, but then those people know a whole different set of people that you don't know, and they're sharing, and it's just exponential growth. And that's where you build your teams, and that's where it comes from. When people tell me everybody does Plexus, I talk to people every single day in Oklahoma that say, I've never heard of Plexus, what is that? Or I've heard about it, but I don't really know what it is. So don't tell me the market is saturated. There are plenty of people out there that have no idea. I have people that maybe tried it way back when, and they didn't have an educated ambassador working with them. And so now they're willing to give it a second try. So if you know somebody that says, I did that once and it didn't work for me, very, what's the word? Don't like pounce on them, but just ask some questions. Oh yeah, what did you take? What did you do? You know, and try to find, and then say, you know what? I bet if you did this, blah, blah, blah. And I guarantee you they'll more than likely, especially with our 60-day money back guarantee, they'll give it a second go, especially if you're knowledgeable and you really act like you care and that you'll be there to help them. So this is an old PowerPoint. We just came off of convention. So leaders retreat, guys. I think that's our next slide. Maybe we didn't have one for that. So we do have the contest coming up. Guys, it is totally doable for anybody. I think there's a graphic in the Freedom team that shows how many ambassadors you need to sign as a team. Yeah, like if you're the leader of the team each month and how much PV in order to achieve your goal. I went to Washington, D.C. last year. It was a lot of fun. We stayed in a beautiful hotel. We spent about half the time, you know, doing training and hearing some awesome speakers. But then the majority, you know, the other half of the time we were free to take our families and go tour the city. We did a prayer walk with Lori Harrison and quite a few people. It was just an awesome time. And so I just really encourage you guys. I know if you're a brand new ambassador, you might seem to think like, I don't know if I can do this. You can totally do this. If you really want it, reach out to one of us and say, okay, what do I need to do? Can you help me map this out? You can totally be at Leaders Retreat. It will change your life. And and it's in Dallas. So you can drive, you know, it's close by. It's just going to be a really awesome time. And I want to encourage you guys to do that. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I know you guys have babies to put to bed and different things to do. Does anybody have a question? Feel free to unmute yourself or send me a question on the chat box. I hope you guys found this helpful. Okay, well, I'm going to stick around for a minute. So if anybody wants to pipe up or comes up with something, I'll stick around for a few more minutes and then I'll be glad to chat with you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you bet. I'm going to stop recording.